Hey, today you are listening to Ballroom Bliss Show. Hey, I'm your host, Todd Smith. Hey, I just want to share something with you today that was on my mind. Today I'm going to make it very quick and I'm going to try to explain myself good as possible because this is so very important to me. I was looking at Baltimore, what was going on, with the riots. And what I want to share is about a dad authority that many women sometimes get offended about, us saying, certain things as, fathers, dads, I'm going to say it correctly, dad over our, children. And a lot of times they come against us when we turn around and speak, things about this. And I think it's very important that it should be shared, that is going on with dad authority. When I turn around and looked at this riot, and what I just saw a bunch of kids, and I really didn't saw too many fathers out there. And they maybe had some out there, but I guarantee you many of them out there maybe didn't have a father or whatever, but it were mostly mamas out there at the same time. And a lot of riots that I see that's marching all the time is the mothers, but you don't see the fathers. And you may say, what the point I'm getting at with this? I'm getting at the point is that the father turn around and carry the more high authority over the mother. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put a little Bible scripture in here like black people don't like to hear about is that when you turn around and go back and look at the Garden of Eden, when God turned around, when a woman want to be like God, she turned around and took the, the devil told her, if she turned around and eat that fruit, she would be like God. But at the same time, you saw how God turned around after he visited Adam, because Adam followed her. You saw that God turned around and came against all three of them because Adam and Eve were treated equal. But you saw when God turned around, and you read it closely in the book of Genesis, that God turned around and took the authority from Eve and then gave it to Adam, because both of them were treated with equal authority. And God said that man shall be over her. What I'm saying is the devil is doing the reverse in that. The Luciferian system already know that. The government already know this type of thing that's going on. That's the reason why you saw like the separation in the projects, that they ain't put no fathers there. The same thing that's going on today. And I'm here to tell you people that this is not about the white people, because the white people not bigger than, not, like Satan himself. This is a spiritual battle. And I'm here to tell you, the court system always try to find a loophole and a way to turn around and stopping these men for seeing their sons. And one of them is through child support. Now, I'm not against child support, but hear me closely what I'm saying. When a woman turn around and threaten a man that he shouldn't see his son or his daughter because he don't pay child support, what the court system does is make it impossible for a man to see their child. But the thing I'm saying too, though, when you turn around and tie to the government, you get the government results. That's how it works. So when you turn around and look everything else before God, then not looking at God, then what happened is you get the government results. And that's what you get, out of that whole ordeal. Now here I'm explaining. Now I don't come against the women, because women would think I come against them because I'm saying this, but I'm telling the truth what I had learned down my years of a walk of shame. And by being on the walls of shame, when you put God first, and many black people say, oh, you putting your faith in the white God. But the thing is, look at my thing that's God doing in my life versus yours. So far, God's showing me how to get out of this situation. And so far, it's been working. Now, here it is, the court system. I'm not going to tell you something that's not working. I'm telling you something that will work. Now, here's the court system working against you, making you not seeing to your children. They blocking you for you reaching your children by a woman standing up and use a child support system as a weapon. Now, I'm not saying that man shouldn't pay child support. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying when you put God in charge, God will turn around and show your identity as you as a dad, how you supposed to be in your children's life. Because everything takes place in the spiritual realm first through the sound of your voice, because life and death is out in the power of the tongue. When you turn around and marry and not having these kids out of wedlock constantly, because that's open the door to the devil for your children to be attacked. That's the reason why the kids you see running around here today, teenagers, are so rebellious, because they figure like this. Hey, If I don't got no real father, so there ain't no real father that watching over me in heaven, because my father is not with me. So you got to look at the big picture of this whole thing. And a mother, and I don't give a heck what anybody say, a mother cannot do it alone. That's a lie from the pits of hell. And any woman that going to church and thinking that God turn around and turn it like that, they're going to be in a big surprise. I'm sorry to tell you, this is the truth. With man on behalf, man that walking around here walking in high authority. A man can turn around and speak things on his son's life and override the person who birthed the child. I can speak things on my son's life every time in prayer, and then the blessing still hit my sons. When you look at the story about Ishmael, you know, Ishmael and Abraham, and God promised promised Abraham that he would bless the seed, even though he turned around and had Ishmael out of wedlock. Because that's what it was. He wasn't married to her. I'm going to say the truth. He wasn't married to her. And that's when his wife, Sarah, was his wife. But you saw when they was walking along, when they were rejected from the home, they were rejected. And that's how these kids acting on the streets like right now, like a bunch of Ishmaels on the streets tearing up everything. You saw at the same time that God turned around and blessed Ishmael still, because through Abraham. That's why you got all this Muslim stuff going on. It's just like from Ishmael, you know, cutting people head off because of rejection. And the rejection is overrunning these children's life. When a father's in authority, and you see why Isaac, I'm not going to put this in the story. You see why Isaac became a blessing. He was no mistake. He was an heir. And matter of fact, he was a purpose, because he was married. When you look in a black African American neighborhood, you see all these women, all these separation and these divorces. They having kids by these guys that not even capable of being dad. Then when they is in a marriage, then they want to turn around and jump out of the marriage because things not working right. Then you look in a Caucasian neighborhood, and I don't envy them for that. They just know the game better. You see these kids stick. You see the mother and father always sticking together because they know the secret. And I don't hate white people because of that. I love them because I can learn a lot from them and learn a lot from any other cultures that come in this nation. And I saw most of them stick around. Many people in the black neighborhood don't get out and then learn stuff. I went out there to learn, and learn other people's behavior. So the thing is, everything is not the white man's fault or anything else's fault. The dad carried the most high authority that God could ever give him. When he turned around, overrun the wife's authority, he got his children. I learned all of this by reading the word of God, and not only that, but also in tithing. I learned all this, and you can call tithe just a trick or a hoax, or you could turn around and then say you giving your money to the pastor. I don't worry about that. I give it out of obedience. And so far, the proof is in the pudding. I got my son them back. I able to talk to them, able to coach them, because my wife was sending me through all that havoc and all this old type of stuff. And then even though we on the verge of doing other things else, you know, from each other, but at the same time, God opened that door. And you know why God opened that door? Because God knows that these children have a blessing in store for them. You got in the black African American community, stop making your children a mistake and start turning them into an inherited, and not only that, a purpose. There's too much of this going on. And how I know about it, I got saved through the blood of the Lamb, because I came from a mother and father wasn't married, but at the same time, I came a born again. Then I able to switch the curse around, the generational curse around, and then put the blessings and inherit it, and able to speak it over my children, that they will be a blessed nation and everything else. These things are important, and it's so much, man, I just can't explain it all on here. It'd be for hours when I explain it over here, but that's what Jesus Christ did in my life. And I have to share this. My name is Todd Smith, and that's how children gonna win their identity back through that. You know, you are listening to Ballroom Bliss podcast show. You have a blessed day. God bless.